Hello everybody, Inter back again with another video. Today's video, guys, is going to be about Wimbledon and my thoughts about Wimbledon and the prediction. A preview Wimbledon that we have just around the corner, guys. And like you're seeing, guys, I'm a bit of a hurry because I'm going to go to work, guys, in a couple of minutes. So I hope that I will do this preview not in a long video. Alright, guys, let's get into it. I will have I will have my 8 favorites like I had in French Open, and I will have 3 dark horses, guys. I'm gonna start with my number 8 favorite to my number 1, and like you who follows my channel knows that number 8 place is the least likely to win the Wimbledon, and number 1 is the most likely to win Wimbledon. Alright guys, let's get into it. Wimbledon will not be easy to predict, that's for sure. In my opinion, Wimbledon is the hardest Grand Slam tournament to predict because the margins are so small on grass. You always see a lot of upsets in Wimbledon, which we didn't see in French Open, to take for example, because the margins are so much bigger and on clay. That's why, in my opinion, Wimbledon is the most difficult Grand Slam tournament to win, and I've made a video about this a couple of months ago. All right, enough about that. So on my number 8 place, guys, I have Dominic Thiem. Dominic Thiem isn't the greatest grass court player in the world, and he has not done super amazing results on grass before. I think he has only one tournament that he has won on grass. Of course, not Wimbledon. He has won Stuttgart, I believe, once on grass a couple of years ago. So Dominic Thiem, I feel that he can produce a quarterfinal spot, because like you guys understand, from number 8 to number 5, it is players that I believe will go to the quarterfinals, and from number 4 to from 8 to 5 it is player who goes to quarterfinals. From 4th to 2nd is players from 4th to 3rd is players who I believe will, from 4th to number 1 place is players I believe will go to the semi-finals, and the second place and the first place is players I believe will face each other in the final. So I think Dominic Thiem has a chance to go to the quarterfinals, but I will not be surprised if it didn't. Like I said, it is not easy to predict Wimbledon. It is the most difficult Grand Slam to predict. We will see a lot of upsets, but I will give him a number 8 place. I definitely don't believe that he will go deeper than quarterfinals, and I will not be shocked if he didn't go to the quarterfinal as well. He has a tough first opponent. He faces Sam Querrey, former semi-finalist in Wimbledon, I believe. A semi-finalist or quarter-finalist, something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but Sam Querrey has been, I don't know where he has been the last couple of months or years, so I think Dominic Thiem will get past him, but I will not be shocked if Dominic Thiem lost in the first round, to say, if I can express myself like that, but I think Dominic Thiem will get past. Alright, Dominic Thiem has my number 8 place. My number 7 place I have on my list RBA. RBA, he's a really good, not amazing, but he's a solid grass court player. He pushed Roger Federer extremely hard in Halle last week in that quarterfinal. And he's a good, solid baseline player. He has defeated Novak Djokovic 2 times this year. One time in Doha, and one time in, I believe in Indian Wells, I believe. Yeah. Yes, I believe in Indian Wells, if I'm not mistaken. So RBA is a good good ball striker, and grass is not super fast anymore, like you all know. All the surfaces has been all the 4 Grand Slams that we have, guys, they have been similar, guys. It's not 15-20 years ago where grass was super fast and the players were coming forward to the net all the time. That is not the case anymore. That's why we see players like Nadal and Djokovic being so successful on grass, especially Djokovic, who has won this tournament 4 times and been in 5 finals, because it is not super fast like it used to be. So RBA, with these conditions, he can make some damage. So I think RBA can make it to quarterfinals, and he's my number 7 place on my list. My number 6 place is John Isner. When you have a serve like John has, you have extremely good chances to be successful on this surface, because your serve will help you a lot. Because even though that grass is not super fast like it was 15-20 years ago, you can still make a lot of points with a huge serve. And I think John Isner can make some big damage with his great serve that he has. So I have John Isner on my number 6 place. He was in a semi-final Wimbledon last year, which he lost to Kevin Anderson. So he can make some damage on grass. Why not? Even though that John Isner has not been super amazing in the last couple of months, he has had some injuries the last couple of months, but he's on a draw, so I think he will do some damage in Wimbledon. I'm not sure. Like I said, upsets we will see a lot of upsets. I am 100% sure that all my favorites will not go deep. I am 100% sure about that. 100% sure about that. But I'm doing this list with my feeling, what I believe, and I am not expecting to be right in everything I say. If I am 30% right, I will be satisfied. All right, John Isner on my number 6 place. On number 5 place, I have David Goffin. David Goffin, like I said, like you know, guys, he played a Halle Open final last week against Roger Federer, and he pushed Roger Federer extremely hard in that first set. A set, in my opinion, that David Goffin deserved to win, but Roger came up with the goods and won that first set and won the final in the end as well in straight sets. And David Goffin has been taking some step forward the last couple of weeks. He was one of the players, one of only 2 players who took 1 set from Rafael Nadal in French Open in that 3rd round. The other player was Dominic Thiem, of course, in the final. And I was impressed with his level in Halle. He defeated a very hot player in the semi-final, Matteo Berrettini, who won Stuttgart a couple of weeks ago. So David Goffin, I'm feeling pretty. I feel that he deserves to be in this list, and I have him on my 5th place in this top 8 favorite list in Wimbledon. So I think he can do some damage, at least to a quarterfinal. But again, you never know. He can go out in the 1st or 2nd round. You never know. But I am giving him my 5th place. So I think he deserves that. All right. On number 4th place. Now we are coming to the semi-final spots, guys. This is a little long shot when I'm gonna mention his name, but he has played the Wimbledon final before. I think he played the Wimbledon final in 2016, if I'm not mistaken. He lost to Andy Murray in that final. And that player I'm talking about is Milos Raonic. He has not been super amazing the last couple of months, the last couple of years. He has had a ton of injuries, but I don't know. This is a long shot, like I said. It is not easy to because I have 3 players that I have been decided in my mind who will go to the semi-finals, and you all know which of those 3 players are. But the 4th player, it is not easy to know who will take that 4th place in the semi-final. But I'm giving my 4th place to Milos Raonic. I am not sure, of course. He can go out in the 1st or 2nd or 3rd round, but he has a great serve. So he can do some damage in Wimbledon. So I am giving him my 4th place. I am miles away from confident in this prediction, of course, but I'm giving him this. And let's see if he will make it to semi-finals. I will not be surprised at all if he didn't, to be quite honest, because I'm not feeling super confident at all in this prediction to give Milos Raonic my 4th place in this top 8 favorite list. But I'm doing it. Like I said, it is a long shot, and let's see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. I'm 90% sure that I will be wrong, and 10% sure that I will be right about Milos Raonic to go to the semifinals. But I am giving him that, and let's see if he will deliver. All right, now we go to my top 3, and you all know which are the top 3 are, and these are not just my top 3. This is the whole world's top 3, but everybody doesn't have the same numbers about these 3. Who is 1, who is 2nd, and who is 3rd. And here are, and now I'm gonna tell you on which places I will put these top 3 favorites. All right, guys. On my number 3rd place, I have Roger Federer. Yeah, guys, I don't have him higher than this, even though that he is the greatest grass court player of all time. He is the player who has won 19 grass court titles, most of all players in the history, of course, 8 Wimbledons, 10 Halle Open, 10 Halle titles, and 1 Stuttgart. But he is 37 years old, guys. Let's face it. You cannot be number 1 favorite in a Grand Slam tournament like a 37 years old, even though your name is Roger Federer. He has not played a Grand Slam final since 2018 Australian Open, guys. We are talking about 16, 17 months, guys. So I'm not. I give Roger Federer my number 3rd place. He can win Wimbledon, of course. That's why I have having him as my number 3rd. I think Wimbledon will be I think Wimbledon will be one of these top 3 favorites. That is my feeling, because because they are the best. They are the oldest. They are one of the oldest on the tour, but they are still the best. But I don't think that Roger will do it. He can do it. I will not be surprised if he does it. But I just don't. I'm not feeling super confident that he will do it. He still holds a very, very high level. Of course, he won Halle last week, like I said. And he has won most grass court titles of all times, 19, like I said. But he's vulnerable from the baseline, guys. Players like Djokovic, players like Nadal, and a couple of other players can take him out, guys, from the baseline. And like I said, the grass is not super fast anymore. So, and the draw that he got in the same section as Nadal. If he wants to beat, he has to be lucky in the draw. I don't think that Roger has enough good tennis in him to beat both Nadal and Djokovic in a Grand Slam tournament to take a Grand Slam title. He has never done it in the past, and I definitely don't think he will do it as 37 years old, almost 38 years old. He's only 5 weeks shy from being 38 years old, guys. So if Roger will win Wimbledon, which he can do, I don't think that he will do it. He will do it by beating both Nadal and Djokovic on his way. Absolutely not. If he wins Wimbledon, which he can do, he has to avoid Nadal and Djokovic on his way. Some other players have to take out Nadal and Djokovic, which is definitely not impossible, especially not in Wimbledon. So Roger can win the Wimbledon, absolutely, but I definitely don't think he will do it. He will do it by defeating his big rivals Nadal and Djokovic on his way. He has never done it before, like I said, and I definitely don't think he can do it as 37 years old, almost 38 years old. All right, Roger is on my number 3rd place on this list. On my 2nd place, it is Rafael Nadal, guys. And Rafa, he is the player who has the most brutal draw here. Over the years, Rafa has been fortunate to have not easy draws. I will not call you cannot have easy draws in Grand Slams, but he has had pretty comfortable draws, if I can express myself that way. He has had couple he has had a couple of comfortable draws throughout the years in Grand Slams, guys. But this time, this year in Wimbledon, guys, Rafa is the player who is having the most difficult draw. He can face Kyrgios already in the second round, and we all know that Kyrgios has defeated Rafa before, and he has defeated him in the Grand Slams. He defeated him in Wimbledon one time in 2014, when we barely have heard about Kyrgios, in that fourth round in 4 sets. So that is not an easy match for Rafa, to have Kyrgios already in the second round, if Kyrgios survives in the first round, because you'll never know with Kyrgios. He's so unpredictable. So, but I think Rafa will get past Kyrgios. I don't trust in Kyrgios' consistency level against Rafa over 5 sets. Yes, he has defeated Rafa before a couple of times. We know that, and he has defeated him in a Grand Slam events before, in Wimbledon. It was in 2014 in that fourth round 5 years ago. But I don't think he will do it again. Not this time. Rafa is too consistent. He's too hungry. He's too good. So I think Rafa will get past Kyrgios. And then in the third round, Rafa can face Tsonga, guys. Tsonga, I know that Tsonga has not been super amazing the last couple of years, but he pushed Roger Federer really, really hard in that Halle tournament, in that second round. Roger only won 1 more point than Tsonga in that match. So to have Tsonga, if Tsonga survives to that third round, which he definitely can do, already in the third round, is not easy. Is definitely not easy, guys, for Rafa. And that in the fourth round, if that player can survive to that fourth round, Rafa can face Marin Cilic, a former Wimbledon finalist, a former a Grand Slam champion, a player who has played 3 Grand Slam finals and won 1. Marin Cilic, he has won US Open in 2014. He has played Wimbledon final in 2017. He has played a Australian Open final in 2018. But Marin Cilic has been a disaster the last couple of months. He is losing in the first and second round. So I will not be shocked if Marin Cilic didn't go to that fourth round, to be quite honest with you guys. But he can make it to that fourth round, and Rafa can face Marin Cilic in that fourth round. So it's not easy. Then Rafa can face Dominic Thiem in the quarterfinals, if Dominic Thiem makes it to the quarterfinals, which I believe he will do, but I'm not sure. And to face Dominic Thiem is not easy either, even though Dominic Thiem is not the greatest grass court player, absolutely not. So and then in the semifinal, Rafa can face Roger Federer. So Rafa is having a murderous draw, guys, a really murderous draw. If these players I've mentioned wins their matches, because they can lose. Kyrgios can lose in the first round. Cilic can lose. Tsonga can lose. Thiem, obviously, of course, can lose too. But if these players I've mentioned wins their matches, Rafa is having a murderous draw, guys. He's really having. But I trust in Rafa's consistency. I know what Rafa is capable of. He has won Wimbledon 2 times. He has played 5 finals. He is hungry. He's healthy, I believe. He just won recently French Open. Yeah, we know French Open is clay, not grass. So, but I'm giving Rafa my second place favorite. I'm giving him that, guys. And my number 1 favorite, guys, it is Novak Djokovic, the defending champion, the 4th-time Wimbledon champion. I'm not feeling super confident to give Novak Djokovic my number 1 place. I will be quite honest with you guys, because it is grass. Upsets, like I said, guys, so many times in this video, we will see a lot of upsets. So Novak can be upset, of course. Rafa can be that as well, and Roger can be that as well. But he is having a good draw. In my opinion, he's having the best draw. He's avoiding both Rafa and Roger on his side of the draw. So for Novak to win this tournament, he only needs to defeat, if Novak makes it that deep, which I believe he will do, Roger or Rafa. He only needs to defeat one of them in the Wimbledon final. And if Roger and Rafa doesn't survive to that final, he maybe doesn't even to defeat none of them, guys. None. But if Roger and Rafa makes it to the semifinal, which I believe they will do, and Novak as well, or Novak only needs to defeat one of them. But Roger and Rafa, they need to defeat both of these three giants. They will clash together in that Wimbledon semi-final. Roger and Rafa, they need to beat each other, and then they need to beat Novak as well in the final. So Novak is definitely having the best draw of these three big giants. Novak has some dangerous, of course, on his way. Of course, he has Philipp Kohlschreiber already in the first round. It is not easy to have a good ball striker like Philipp Kohlschreiber, who has defeated Novak earlier this year. Most recently, I think he defeated him in Miami, if I'm not mistaken, Philipp Kohlschreiber. And then he has a good player like Felix Aliassime, which Novak can face in the fourth round already. But I think Novak is hungry, he's consistent, he wants to win slams, he's playing for slams, he has said that before, he wants to catch Roger Federer's Grand Slam record and even surpassing him. So I am giving him my number one spot. But am I super confident about my prediction? No, of course not. I am not super confident in anything I am saying about Wimbledon, because Wimbledon, like I said, is the tournament that is the most difficult to predict, in my opinion, and the Grand Slam tournament that is the hardest one to win because of all the small margins that we see in grass. You basically can serve once and the set can be over. But I'm giving Djokovic my number one place in this top 8 favorite list. I think we will see a quarterfinal match between Federer and Isner. I think Federer will win that quarterfinal. Then the other quarterfinal we'll see Nadal and Thiem. I think Nadal will win that quarterfinal. Then we'll see the third quarterfinal between RBA and Raonic. I think Raonic will win that quarterfinal. And then the fourth quarterfinal, I think we will see between Djokovic and David Goffin. And I think Djokovic will win that quarterfinal. And that the semi-final, I think we will see between Federer and Nadal. I think Nadal will win that battle. I'm not feeling super confident with Federer. With Federer's consistency level in 5 sets this late in his career against Nadal or against Djokovic. I just am not feeling. Yeah, I know that Federer has defeated Nadal a lot of times the last couple of years. He has defeated Nadal 5 times out of the last 6 matches. And the last time they faced each other in the Grand Slam match was in that 2017 Australian Open final, that epic one, like we all remember. But we shouldn't forget that match was really, really close, guys. It could go either way. Rafa was up 3-1 in that 5th set, but Roger produced his best set of his life against Rafael Nadal, especially in a Grand Slam match. And before that, Roger hadn't defeated Rafa in a Grand Slam match in 10 years. That was in 2007 Wimbledon final. So I'm just not feeling confident enough to give Roger the edge to defeat Nadal in that semi-final in Wimbledon. That I think we will see a couple of weeks from now. So I think Rafa defeats Roger Federer in that semi-final, and I think Djoko defeats Raonic in the other semi-final. And I think we will have a Wimbledon final between Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic. And of course, a match like that can go either way. Of course, we all remember that epic semi-final battle between these two giants last year in Wimbledon, where Novak won a really, really brutal fight in 5 sets. And 10-8 in that fifth set. Rafa had a lot of break point opportunities, a lot of chances in that match, especially in the 5th set. But just Novak was just the more clutch player. He was more clutch than Rafa in that match, and he won that match with only 1 or 2 points more. So I think we will have a repeat of that match this year. I think we will have a Wimbledon final between Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic. But of course, guys, I'm not sure. Once again, this is Wimbledon. Where the margins are so small, we will see a lot of upsets. But I am going with my feeling. I'm going with my guts. I think we will have a Wimbledon final between Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic, and I think Novak Djokovic will stand as the winner in that Wimbledon final on the 14th July. Guys, that is my feeling, guys. This was my predictions about this year's Wimbledon 2019. I know that I will be a lot of wrongs. Like I said, like I said earlier, if I'm just a couple of percent right, I will be satisfied with all these things that I'm saying. But I think Wimbledon will be won by Novak Djokovic in 2019. Let's see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care and bye bye.